And welcome back to White Mountains. Today we have Paula Graham from Zeb's General Store. Sorry about making you wait so long.
Oh, that's all right.
Blah, blah.
I'm usually, last time I was a day early.
Well, we always love to welcome you to the set because, one, you bring us chocolate, a little bit of chocolate.
Oh, God, please don't have Jeannie be watching.
Oh, no. Well, you're talking like a chocolate raisin. So, but it always starts the day off right for us.
Right.
And to see your smiling face and to bring in the stuff that is always appropriate for the day. You get, and I was hoping hearty foods was going to be your focus. And what do you show up with? Soups and stews and pastas and things that people can welcome people into their own home. Or just eat it by themselves. But
and if the power goes out with all of this wind and they got a wood stove, they can eat.
Really?
You can still eat.
You can do this on a wood stove?
Why not?
I don't know. I guess I've just
put it on a gas jet, put it on the wood stove.
Yeah.
And a cast iron,
You're so smart, Paula.
Iron thing.
Like
I'm just
next,
old.
next Bombogenesis, I'm calling you. Be like, Paula, what do I have to do? But let's talk about Zeb's General Store before we get into the particular products that you brought in. But what was it based on? What was the whole premise to start?
Well, Peter and David knew each other as young people. And I don't know if they were in Booth Bay or they were on the Cape or what it was, but they noticed all the souvenir shops were made in Japan. That was after the wars, the people our age, everything was made in Japan. And, chintzy, tchotchke. And they said, how about if we had a store with just New England and American? Well, we did start, and it was 100% New England at one time. Now that's impossible. However, a lot of our vendors are coming back on shore with their production of our hard goods, like gifts and things like that. So we're happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zeb's General Store, what they really want to do is make it a general store, something that is going to take you back in time. So you're going to see that candy counter. You're going to see that barrel full of dill pickles and stuff.
Sours and peanuts.
And peanuts.
Peanuts in the shell, and you put them in a bag, and we weigh them, and some people just, eat them and throw them on the floor like...
What?
Yeah,
well,
no. That's like your father's mustache in Boston. Am I dating myself or what?
Well, Ground Round. Do you remember that restaurant?
Yep.
Ground Round used to be it was like the big treat as kids that you could throw stuff on the floor and not get busted for it. But now it's expanded to not only food items, but you have stuff for the body, you have stuff for the house, and you have gifts galore.
Gifts galore, gift baskets galore. We have the best prices on T-shirts and sweatshirts, hoodies, anything like that in the Valley. We have some CDs. They're music box CDs. They were recorded off of a music box, and they're produced Porter Music in Vermont, and those are just beautiful. We have a lot of funny underwear. We have union suits from 0 to 3 months to XXL, with the drop seats. It's handy in the winter.
And you mean like long underwear?
Long underwear, long pajamas, yeah.
All right, I got you.
And we have an awful lot of sports for the Boston sports, the glassware, the playing cards, the histories, and 15 different kinds of shot glasses and shirt books.
The ski home stuff too. That's what I picture. It's like, someone who wants the memorabilia and all that stuff.
The lodge look.
Primary house, of course, as well, but to outfit your shop and everything that comes from Zeb's would be.
And the lodge decor is in the kitchen area, and it just flies out. I mean, flies out.
Yeah, and you got like moose type stuff.
Yeah, we have funny moose heads and funny bear heads made by Stuffed Animal House out in Oregon, I believe, Oregon or Washington. And people like them more than a regular real moose head. Like everybody will go, look at that big moose, and I'll go, he's a puppet. We wouldn't do that to a moose just to make him a showpiece because they love animals too.
Good. So you got decorations. Now let's get to
soups.
Because I am starving, so this will help. Not so much right now, but I'm going to plan my meal for later.
These little Halliday Farm soups take about 30 minutes to prepare.
Even if it has rice in it. It looks like it has some sort of rice.
I think that's couscous in there.
Couscous, so quicker.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And the recipes are inside and the directions. And if you want to add beef, it tells you what to do to the beef, like you couldn't figure that out.
Right.
But they just work right up. My favorite is the farmhouse minestrone. If it's in Lent, you don't have to add the meat. Otherwise, you can add sausage or meatballs. Yeah. And it's really easy.
When does Lent start?
right, I think it's Ash Wednesday is right around Valentine's Day again.
Okay, so it's coming
Maybe a
up.
little later. It's
Okay.
going to be in April.
All right. And all the ingredients are listed, so no matter what your dietary concerns or, I guess for Lent, be religious.
Just
you know.
just fish, fish or abstinence from meat.
Oh, gosh, so much to learn, Paula. Now, what's the difference between this type of soup and the other
This is
bags?
quicker, and this is a small portion,
Okay.
about 8 cups of soup.
Oh.
These, like this hunter stew, calls for 2 pounds of moose, venison, rabbit, beef, or chicken, if you want to make it stew. Tomato paste, things like that.
So there's options.
There are options, and you do broth, you add 2 cups of broth, and then you add 2 cups of broth and 4 cups of water with tomato paste at the end. So you can stretch it.
Yeah.
And these, you see the potatoes and carrots are diced very tiny here. You
So
know,
it's a little bit easier
throw
cooking.
some more in.
Yeah.
There's always carrots.
Yeah, and
this time
pasta,
of
you
the
can
year.
always throw a handful of like egg noodle pasta in there or
Right.
something to bulk it up.
Right, and the same goes with this Italian bean soup. Am I holding it in the right spot?
Yeah, no, just hold steady
the
there and
Italian
she'll get
bean
it.
soup, and that's a really nice one. And you can add chicken sausage to that too, if you
Ooh.
like. Just you can add anything
Nice.
you like.
Now, you
That's
guys
it.
aren't carrying, you have beef jerky and different kinds of jerky and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but you don't carry like meats.
No, we
that
don't,
in.
no.
So you'll need to plan a little bit if you want to add the protein in that way.
Right.
But you guys, the jerky that you carry is amazing.
Isn't
like
it?
so many varieties.
I know. Where did
It's
they
awesome.
find these
Ostrich.
alligators and ostriches and everything else they changed to get their jerky? This is probably our best-selling soup, the country corn chowder. We have a Southwest version of it also, which is spicier. Did I bring it? No. And you can add more corn to this if you like.
And how do you find the seasonings as it is right now? Do you usually tend
They're
to add-
okay, but there's no salt and no MSG. So if you want to perk it up a bit, you might want to add a pinch of salt.
Okay.
Because so many people have salt problems.
Right.
We do it no salt,
Start
no
the
MSG.
base, yeah.
There's a package specially for us.
Okay, good.
And to our specifications. And then there's this spicy sweet potato soup. That's really kind of nifty.
I think you just made up a new word. Spicy.
Spicy.
It sounds good to me for soup. So what kind is this?
Spicy sweet potato. And I think you can put, it says crushed pineapple or coconut milk in it. That's why it's just a
almost
little
like a
creamier.
Thai
And yeah, it is like a Thai. Now the chowder. Do you know the difference between a chowder and a soup?
Well, I would say cream based,
Yeah,
but
the dairy.
Ah.
And these always call for cream or milk. Instead of cream, I use fat-free evaporated milk. And the texture is perfect, and the people say, really, when we're sampling it?
yeah.
And it's something that you always have, in the shelf in the winter, in case you have to cook on that wood stove.
Oh, and do you use the same amount
Yeah.
as you would?
Yep.
Huh. I never, because I think I have one in my emergency stash or something, but I've never thought to use it for soup as like a thickening.
I love this White Mountain Canning
That's beautiful.
chili mix, and it's out of Littleton. And if you turn, you see how it's packed. You can see everything in it.
That's gorgeous.
The layers, how they do that. And they put a lot of care into their products. This fellow's parents do some of our candy, the RD candies, and
Really?
they're just
Like how much would
perfectionists.
something like that run? Could I fill my entire cabinet full?
$13.
Yeah, so that's a meal, and you're talking a meal for a few people too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm coming over
Then
because that
we've
would be
got-
great in my
then
cupboard.
we've got the hot,
Perk it up a little bit.
I'll call it butt blaster chili out of Southwest Specialty Foods in Arizona.
It's Saturday morning.
I know. You never know. They might think I'm a cartoon, the kids. I don't know.
And what do we have for the pastas
Then
up
we
here?
have
Those
a
are-
spinach fettuccine, a garlic angel hair, and a sun-dried tomato.
Yeah, those look nice. And do those take the same kind of cooking as a regular pasta?
Sure. Just get your water nice and hot.
And is it healthier, or why did they do the different
Just
flavors?
for change, because
okay.
it's blah, unless
Yeah.
and you don't have to go adding garlic. This is the Into the Woods pasta, and it's all bears and moose.
I can see that in one of your famous gift baskets.
Right. And we have Republican pasta, elephants, Democrat, donkeys, we have cats, we have dogs.
Yeah.
We have dollar signs.
Really?
Dollar bill, dollar sign
Money.
thing.
Wow.
And there's probably the most fun thing I brought today is the Cocoa Felice. Makes a great cocoa, hot chocolate,
Yeah.
but it makes the best. It's the chocolate pudding your grandmother made. My grandmother made.
What?
It was stir, stir, stir. It was
Yeah.
a labor of love, and it works. It's just great. But for hot chocolate, it's
is it still labor intensive with this, or is it? I mean, you said chocolate pudding.
Chocolate pudding.
You make it with that.
Yeah, you can make. It's not like the instant that you add the milk and you throw it in the fridge. This here
Right.
you have to.
All right, so
Cook
you
it,
still
yeah.
you still have to stir
Yeah,
and stuff
you
like
s-
that,
yeah.
but it tastes like.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's
Yum.
and it tastes like silk.
And what do you use? Do you use that evaporated milk for that too, or what would you use?
Haven't made the. I don't know if you put milk in that. No.
Because I would no.
Cocoa felice, sugar, cornstarch, salt,
But what do you don't add anything to it? Or, well, why don't
vanilla
you grab
extract, butter.
Yum.
Make the best chocolate pudding ever in the saucepan. Stir in together the
There you go.
3 cups of cocoa felice, cup of sugar. 2 1/4 cups of milk. I would use the evaporated milk because it's creamier than whole milk.
So good. I'm so hungry.
Even.
And what
And
about
the
the chocolate
Good old
marshmallows?
Stonewall Kitchen hot chocolate with marshmallow cocoa.
So the marshmallows are in there.
Yeah, little tiny marshmallows. It's
Awesome.
It's not like marshmallow fluff, but you know.
And that's going to be good quality. I love
It
Stonewall.
is. Stonewall is. We have like 3 pages on our inventory list of products from Stonewall.
It's amazing. And the jams and the spice jams and stuff like
Yeah.
that, the whole variety.
Yeah.
Great gift basket ideas from Stonewall. Well, good. Well, Paula, thank you so much for bringing on the goodies.
Well, you're welcome.
You've inspired me to stock my cupboard, actually, with all these items, because it's like you get home from work and you haven't been to the market. It's nice to have something like this that's not going to go bad,
Right.
that you can have in your cupboard, and you have this fantastic meal.
Right, and I will leave
For me? No.
Dan's chili mix for Watch and Win.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, people are going to be psyched. Hopefully, we'll try to fit that in today, because I think a lot of people watching are like, that's what I want. So I'm going to have to come over to the store, though, find that. And you have other flavors from that same company, or is that the one that they do?
This is the one chili mix he does.
Okay.
He does a lot of honeys. He does jams. If you want, good. I'm having
Candies,
a brain.
jams.
Not candies. The parents do candies.
Okay.
His parents do candies. And he does jams, jellies, this, honey.
something else
honey.
tasty. And
His
honey,
honey
yeah,
is
okay.
really nice, and it's reasonable. And it's local honey. They say you should have it within 30 miles of you. I think Littleton's within 30 miles. If you have allergies or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew. So go to Zeb's, you can
I
find
know, but
all
I
these
don't
items.
know why.
Well, that's all right. I guess, it's that whole, I forget, micronutrition, like you eat from the area
Yeah.
that you grew up in. But most of us here, a lot of us are transplants from
Yeah.
other areas, so who knows? But always fun to try new stuff with you, Paula. And what are your hours of operation? Where can they find you?
Well, right across the street, across from the train station, we're the big yellow building with the big bear sitting outside. And we're open from 9 in the morning till 8 at night these weekends. Martin Luther King weekend, probably 9, maybe 10 if it's not such gross weather.
Yeah,
You
it's been
know,
cold.
It's been too cold. People
Yep.
just aren't out, and we don't want them to risk their lives for candy at 10
Right.
o'clock at night.
Well, but bring your camera when you do go to visit Zeb's, because the
yeah, have
bear's
fun.
out front. It's a lot of fun. It's one of those places that you have to visit when you're here in
It's
the
a picture
valley.
of your child on Honeysuckle the bear's lap. I mean, it works. And we dress her up for holidays.
Wonderful. Paula, always great to see you.
Thank you.
so
Happy,
much.
healthy, prosperous New Year, peace on earth, and watch your exhaust from your heating
yeah,
system
keep the
so
snow
nobody
clear.
gets sick.
Yeah, absolutely, Paula. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, folks, Zeb's General Store. You can also find it online, zebs.com, correct?
That's and
all
shop
these
at
items.
zebs.com also.
Wait, oh, yeah,
Shop at Zebs. Email.
Like the whole, shop at Zeb's. Okay, I gotcha. We'll be right back here on the show. We have another look at the weather forecast. We're going to talk about that wind chill warning that's in effect. Plus, we're going to squeeze one more watch and win in, so don't go away.